Hello, this is Jared. In this video we'll be covering what you might use as a first step method that's easiest to remove a virus from Windows 8 or Windows 8.1. Before us we see two virtual machines I have running within Oracle's VirtualBox, a Windows 8 instance and a Windows 8.1 machine instance. So we can demonstrate on those. The place you would find Microsoft's System Restore, which is what I advocate for your first maneuver. I've spent plenty of time attacking viruses or other maladies, but in honesty, the simple question of when did that first pop up, and let's pick a date before that happened and just be done with it. It is the fastest first move you can do. It's not very detrimental to your computer situation at all. Any program you've installed since the date you rolled back to the current, naturally you'd need to put programs back, but the viruses, being of a program executable type nature, they're rolled backwards and peeled off. So that's a good thing. So here's the first option. Okay, let's go ahead and make Windows 8.1 bigger here. Alright, so we're full screen now. The place you would find System Restore is in Advanced Startup. You could always hit Start and type Advanced Startup, but you wouldn't know that by default. So let's go ahead and search around in the generic Windows 8 environment and show you how to find that on the charm bar. So I'm going to the bottom right, or you can go to the upper right, and then we'll head over to the gear on the charm bar, the settings. We'll click that, it branches open, and then we'll choose Change PC Settings on the bottom. That brings us to here, which looks slightly different than Windows 8. So I'll go ahead and open Windows 8 up so you get that view as well. Okay, making Windows 8 full screen, we'll go to its charm bar and then change PC settings, and it definitely looks different. So in Windows 8 you would go to General, and then you'd have a lot of settings on this right pane, and you would scroll to the bottom. That's where you find Advanced Startup. Now we'll bounce on back over to Windows 8.1. Instead of being on General, it's under Update and Recovery. And then on the right side here, that's going to populate in a moment, we have some options, but also it comes up with more categories, so it's got more drill down of where you can find stuff. I'll choose Recovery. Now on the right side we have Advanced Startup listed at the bottom here. So Windows 8.1, a little nicer on its category sorting. Okay, so I'll hit Restart now on 8.1 and kick on over to 8, and we'll restart it at the same time. That might be a little bit of a lengthy process, so do expect me to trim some stuff out. Be back with you in just a moment. Okay, Windows 8 just came up and Windows 8.1 just behind it. So we have the same screen on both of them. We're going to choose Troubleshooting because the top choice will just boot us back into normal mode, back to our Windows environment. And the other one, self-explanatory, turns the computer off. So I'll hit Troubleshooting. And we're still not to System Restore, but I'll mention these two top options here. If you can't come up with a resolve with, lesser steps like System Restore, you could pursue something like Refresh your PC. That will take a factory load and put it over the top, if you will, of your system. So you don't lose your files, thankfully, and it does say that. You can refresh it without losing your files. But any program that you had installed, you'd likely need to reinstall because it's overlaying the entire operating system. It's kind of like a repair in the old days of XP, Vista, or 7. Then there's a Reset your PC. That's going to roll it back destructively to a factory default. I say destructively because your files are gone. If you haven't backed them up to some alternate location other than this computer, bye-bye, they're gone. Okay, so we'll proceed to Advanced Options. That's where we find System Restore. We'll do that over here as well. Troubleshooting, Advanced Options, System Restore on Windows 8. And we'll pick System Restore. Okay, they're both rebooting to that low level environment where we'll have the System Restore interface. I'll trim some more time out here and be back with you again shortly. Okay, Windows 8 is back and Windows 8.1 is back. On both of these machines I have a single user account just simply called Tester. If you had many user accounts on there, you'd see them listed in your circumstance with the names on your computer. Tester on my accounts has no password, so I'll click it. It asks me to type a password. Since I have none, I'll just hit Continue, and on the other machine, same thing. Okay, so now on 8, the System Restore user interface is up and running, but there's no significant Windows background behind this because we're in a low-level boot where just this one thing is running. And over here on 8.1, just the same. So I'll hit Next. At this point, you would see I have 2 manual restoration points I've made, but the automatic ones would be listed here. If there were quite a number of them, there might be a checkbox showed up here that says Show Earlier Restore Points. You can check that off and see a few more. It tends to limit it down to retaining only about a month or so, unlike prior versions of Windows. This one doesn't go back forever and ever. And so we'll hit Next on 8.1 as well. Same situation here. So I'll choose my most recent one, a save point, and I'll hit Next. It says, are you really going to do this? All the detailed information about what we're about to commence with. We'll hit Finish and we get one more, are you seriously sure you want to do this, and please don't interrupt this process dialog box here. We can hit Yes, and I'll do the same over here to this one. Naturally, since it said do not interrupt this process, the process does take quite a little bit, so I'll shave some more time off here and be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so both machines have booted back up and auto-logged in because there's only one account with no password, and we arrived at our desktop in Windows 8.1 Update 1, thankfully, because it drops it at our desktop now in Update 1, which is cool. It's also a choice at 8.1. System restore completed successfully. The system has been restored to our snapshot. Your documents have not been affected. Yay, okay. So now at this point, we clear that error. We'll go over to 8.1, we'll hit desktop, we're back here, same message. Now at this point, you can go ahead and bring up whatever you have for your antivirus solution. If you are using what is included with Windows 8, go to Start and type in DEF like Defender. And Windows Defender will come up in a search blank here shortly. There's Windows Defender. So that's the included antivirus solution. You don't see a tray icon in the bottom right corner of your screen like we would with most antiviruses anymore at this point, freeing up some space down here, but you just don't know that you have it. But you do have it, so it's free antivirus. Defender's not going to protect you if you have another antivirus product on there. It kind of graciously steps out of the way, and if you have another vendor's product on there and it expires, you really aren't protected. So I do like Defender because it doesn't expire, and it's something Microsoft's had out there previously called Microsoft Security Essentials for Windows XP, Vista, and 7, and now XP is discontinued. So no more free antivirus for XP. No more XP. So that's what that looks like. You can go ahead and bring up your antivirus solution, whichever it is. Go ahead and update it and then run a scan just to make sure you don't have any sort of virus at this point. And you're good to go for the most part. If you wanted to also run something like an anti-rootkit, that might be a good idea. Kaspersky's TDSS Killer is something that you can download and run for free, and if you're impressed with what that did, you might also consider them as an antivirus solution, whichever you like, as an antivirus solution, whether it's Defender or some other paid product. That's your choice. I hope this was helpful as a first step for you for getting rid of something. It certainly is the most direct and time-saving and least hassle. So, and we can thank Microsoft for making that. I hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.